Okay, well, on with the talk. In the 70s, home video technology started to emerge, but there was a lot of competition. We had Sony's Betamax versus the VHS that we all know and love. Sony developed Beta as a way to record television shows so they could be watched over and over again or saved for a more convenient time if you had a lot of stuff to do. VHS was designed at first for the same purpose, but offered lesser recording quality, which made them cheaper to buy because the technology wasn't exactly as advanced. But there was actually a really big difference, big advantage between VHS and Beta. Beta's original format was only an hour-long recording time, whereas VHS was anywhere between 2 and 6 hours, depending on the mode that you set your VCR or camera to record at. Which means, not only could the VHS be used in the home to record things off of television, but it could also be produced to distribute movies for home viewing. So, who were the first ones to jump on this bandwagon? You guessed it, porn. Pornographers largely distributed all of their movies and things like that on reels, which had to be viewed in theaters. Theaters were a big disruption to privacy. A lot of the times people who knew that theaters were showing adult entertainment didn't want them in their areas and stuff like that, especially if there were a lot of children walking by. So they ended up in these seedy, really dangerous areas of a lot of bigger cities. And it was a really, really big deal to try and avoid being seen there. There wasn't very much privacy to be had when it came to viewing pornographic materials. So what VHS did was it allowed you the privacy of home viewing. Because pornographers favored VHS over Beta because of the time format and also because of its cheap and easy production, VHS managed to just clobber sales over Betamax, and Betamax as a result ended up going out of business. So now, we have an emergent technology as well as a failed technology, and all thanks to pornography. Hotel hospitality channels. Have you guys ever stayed in a hotel and the first thing that comes on is like LodgeNet? It tells you you can order room service, you can watch movies, it gives you a fine selection of porn as well as mainstream films. Sometimes it'll give you, access to a site that'll tell you what the partner venues in the city with the hotel are actually showing shows-wise and stuff like that. Everybody's familiar with this, correct? This got its start in porn. Basically what happened was pornographers wanted to reach a population of young unmarried men who happened to be on the road a lot of the time. So what they did was they approached hotels, and the hotels were not very receptive to the idea of viewing porn in their rooms. So what they did was cut them a deal and said, we as the pornographers, at no risk to you, the hotels, will provide all of the technology, install it ourselves, and we'll do a little test run. Well, it turned out that this was met with astonishing popularity. It was a good way to unwind on business trips and so on and so forth, and what they found was that the usership wasn't actually restricted to young businessmen. So, when you saw the profitability of it in place, it wasn't a difficult decision to make that, it's proven itself, we may as well run with it. Now, luckily for us, these hotel hospitality channels are being implemented and you can use them for far more things. A lot of them will actually have video game emulators on them so you can entertain your kids on family vacations if it happens to be late at night. Like I said, there's mainstream movies as well as adult movies that are available, and any other host of internet and like web-based sort of services that the hotel can offer you. We have online payment systems. How many of you guys have used PayPal or something similar to purchase something by credit card over the internet? Yeah, a big show of hands. Like, we're here up in isolated little Thunder Bay. There's a lot of stuff that's not largely available up here, so a lot of the times we're, stuck with online buying and everything. Well, those secure payment systems that you're quite comfortable plugging your credit card into are actually an innovation of porn. What had happened was, same thing with like the, excuse me for a second, like with the porno theaters, what was happening was people didn't really want to go out to stores and everything and be seen in public purchasing pornographic materials. So, enter the online payment system where people can go online, order from an online catalog, be completely discreet, and pay for everything online and have their stuff delivered to their house in a discreet brown package. These payment systems have obviously been taken over by a lot of mainstream stuff. We use them on eBay, we use them on Amazon, Chapters.com, any number of places that you would order anything from. Streaming video. This one is one of my favorites. Sites like YouTube, you know, where you can sit there and you can go onto TV, you can click a button and all of a sudden there's like a little bit of buffer time and then this little streaming video comes in directly onto your computer screen. What a lot of people don't know is that when YouTube was first developed, most of its traffic was actually pornographic. Until it was actually bought out by Google a few years ago and mass marketed to mainstream media. All sorts of other streaming video channels exist all over the web. I'm just going to expose way too much about my online habits if I tell you some of the sites that streaming video through porn is available on, so I'm not going to do that. Keep in mind, I'm a researcher. Okay.